beautiful people. How are you doing? Come on in. Let me tell you about this $500 blessing and lesson, right? Come on in. For those that this is your first time getting on my lives, I'm Nekia Foxx from the Transformational Platform, where I help amazing women and men transform from the inside out. So let me tell you about a little story, right? Come on in. I remember being at a event. It was a church event. And a young lady asked me how much. She was like, I love your wig. It is absolutely, hello, Kimberly Bourne. Share this on out, because this is going to bless somebody. Share this video on out. I know it's going to be a powerful one. Share this video on out. Listen here. I went to a church event and a lady asked me, she was like, hey, that wig is so beautiful. I haven't seen one that was so, like the thickness and the texture and everything. The curls just flow and lay without effort. They're so pretty and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, thank you kindly. Thank you so much. And then she proceeded to say, hello, Kia. How you doing, family? Hey, how you doing, girl? Hello, listen. She said, listen here. She said, well, how much do your wigs? I was like, you can order them online. How much are your wigs? I said, they start at $750. And then I proceeded to give her my business card, right? So I gave her my business card. She was like, oh, no, that's okay. I said, no, you might know somebody else that needed or somebody else that wanted. I said, listen here, darling, I take no offense to it whatsoever, because it's all about alignment, right? It's like the sermon when you go to church. Hey, Maria, how you doing? It's just like a assignment when you go to church and they say, listen here, the Lord said that it's 3 people in here that has $500 that they need to sow a seed right now, and I need you to step on faith and do it right now, because in that moment you have to decide if you're going to be obedient or if you're not. And first of all, you have to understand, do you have the $500? Hey, hun, do you have the $500? Because if you don't have the $500 in your purse right now or in your wallet, they're not talking to you. Let's say that again. When you go to church and they say, listen, it's 3 people that got $500 right now. The Lord says, sow this seed. He's going to do something miraculous in your life. Do you have the $500 in your purse right now? Because if you do not, they're not talking to you. That's the same type of principle in business. That's the same principle in business. When you see opportunities that come by, because people are not broke because it's not available, because abundance is everywhere. It's up to you if you see it and if you are prepared for it. But I meet so many people that see opportunities, and you almost gotta like they gotta pray over, they gotta fast over, they gotta do all these steps, right? And I want to tell you something. The Lord, listen, the enemy is not going to give you anything, no opportunity that's going to change your life for the better. Let me help you out with that right there. He's not giving you anything that's going to change your life for the better. If this situation is going to change your life, it's normally not for the better. It's not coming from the enemy. It's not coming from the enemy. Let's give you that one thing. Secondly, I believe in putting God in all things. That's why I believe in divine alignment. Anytime the Lord blesses you with something, when you get something that you've been praying for, as soon as you get in contact with it and you encounter it, you're like, thank you, Jesus. You're not sitting there like, is that God? No, because you prayed for it, right? And he has answered. That's the same way it applies to business and opportunities. When opportunities come your way, blessings, Pastor Hill, blessings. When opportunities come your way, you are either in alignment, prepared, and ready because you've been praying for it, or you are not the person that the opportunity is for. It's so simple. I deal with people that literally want you to convince them of something that you will have to convince them to keep it up with. Listen, that's why when I coach clients, that's why when I sell products, that's why when I offer classes, that's why when I offer courses, I'm not begging nobody. You have either been praying for it or you're not. You have either been asking the Lord, please, Lord, send me another stream of income. Lord, I want to be the one in my family to get the generational, that curse that has been coming around of lack out of my family. Lord, please increase my credit. Show me responsibility. Show me discipline. Show me, Lord, how I can be a better steward of my finances. Lord, show me how I can have and bring in increase in my life. Lord, show me what I need to do to prepare for what you bring into my life. Unless you have been talking that type of prayer with the Lord and you coming in contact with the very thing that you say you've been praying about, please don't miss out on it and get out your own way. I'm meeting too many people when opportunities are coming in front of them. Listen, they don't have to pause to eat, to waste $100 on crab legs every Saturday, Friday, and Sunday. They will blow $100 on foolishness before, and they will literally have to get you to convince them of something that's for their good. That's not called alignment. Everything, that's right, Leslie, everything is not for everybody. That's why you need to know what is required for your path. That's why you need the personal relationship with the Lord, because only you know what you are, one, prepared for. Only you know what you're willing to sacrifice for. Only you know what the Lord told you he wants to do in your life. So when opportunities, trust me, in this season, when opportunities come your way, follow these three things. Either you have it to maximize it at that moment. Either you've been praying for it and the Lord has made a way for you. But if you don't have it, they're not talking to you. It's so simple. It's just like going to church and they say it's 3 people with $500. And if you are sitting in the pews with the 100, they're not talking to you. It's simple. It's just as simple. Don't stand up in the line and get up there and have to ask them, oh, well, I only have $50. They're not talking to you because you won't have what it takes to continue the journey. The same way it applies to anointing. The same way it applies to so many areas of our lives. That's why I don't pull people into anything that they're not anointed and prepared for, because you might get yourself involved in things that you can't get your way out of, because that was never for you. Listen, faith requires a level of belief that's beyond what you see. If your bank account is matching what you know the Lord has, listen, he's never going to give us something that our bank account matches. That's normally how it goes. Normally it requires a level of faith and it requires a level of ignition, right? It's something in your spirit. When you hear it and you get in alignment with it, you don't have to think twice. You see it and you say, that's for me. That's that moment that you need. If that moment is not taking place and you're trying to fit a square in a circle, you are out of alignment. Listen, don't buy it. Don't spend your money, because if you go into a thing negative, the outcome is guaranteed to be what? Negative. From every line of business that I'm in, from construction to weight loss to coaching to business development, when I meet negative mindset people, I cannot afford to work with you, because your mindset is the first thing. The Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. First and foremost, your mind has to be transformed for whatever it is that the Lord is sending you to. He never sent anybody anywhere unprepared. That's not how God does this thing. The Lord has spoke to the person, he has prepared the person, and he has made a way for that to happen. If that is not taking place, please don't frustrate yourself. Save it for what's for you, because that's what you are going to have the capacity. Let's go back to capacity. Everyone doesn't have the capacity. That's why I tell people, you have to focus on, don't look to the left, don't look to the right for anybody's. Don't want nobody's life but yours. Because it's all about, if you have the capacity to walk that thing out for the journey that's destined for the person specifically on that path. There is no race in this life. No race in this life for nobody. You are not racing against anybody. This is your journey. This is your life. This is your experiences, your lessons, your like your grit that you've put in this thing. This is your, listen, only your pain can produce in that lane. Let's say that again. Only your pain can produce in that lane. Only yours. You can tell somebody else about it, but only your pain can produce in that lane. Only your profits can benefit from it. Listen, listen, you guys have seen me post so many things because I am a person that has invested over 6 figures just in education alone outside of college. I've invested 6 figures just in education alone outside of college because I learned early off. I can't expect that in which I'm not willing to give. So I meet so many say, I want to make $1 million. Baby, even if you make $1 million, you don't even know what to do with it because you're not prepared for the $1 million. You're not mentally prepared for the $1 million. Do you know the higher you go up in elevation, the lonelier it is? I meet people that, well, they saying this and they talking about, if you're still worried about, because I don't believe haters exist. That's unnecessary energy. Those are really supporters that are not aware that they're your biggest supporters just yet. So listen here, because people only see what's in them. We are only a reflection of what's internal. So sometimes when people are disliking what's really inside of them, right? Listen, they'll find out if they actually put that ego and pride to the side that you actually have a lot in common. And they're not really hating you. They're hating what they see in you that they have not accessed yet. It's simple. It's so simple. That's why they just need a hug. That's all. They just need a hug. That's why we don't even need to waste our energy with people that are not in alignment. They just need a hug. It's so simple. That's why I said this is a $500 lesson. I told the lady my wigs start at $750. Either you're one of my clients or you're not. It's plenty of people on this earth and in this saturated industry that can offer it for $2 that will be glad to assist you. It's just not me. I know my people. My people understand value and quality from day one. My people can look on my track record and understand exactly the spirit of excellence in everything I do. That's my people. And I don't try to go out and get the cheap people or the people that don't value what I offer. It's so simple because if I got to convince you to do it, I got to convince you to keep it going. If I got to convince you to get in the game, I got to convince you to play your role. If I got to convince you that this is for you, I got to convince you to believe that you're worth that. Listen, if we got to do all this convincing, we're taking away from the purpose of it. Listen, what you say, Kalinda? Say it's room at the top. Your road to greatness is lonely, but so worth it. People have to get used to small circles. It's not, I agree. Listen, when you are prepared for your journey, you're already prepared for your isolation. When you're prepared for your journey, every phase that God puts you in, you are prepared for whatever's necessary for that phase. It's so simple. That's why we must not look at nobody else's life and want something that's not ours, because you don't know what that person had to go through to get that anointing in that area. You don't know what that person had to maintain to stay in that area. You don't know what sacrifices that person was willing to do that you don't see. So that's why we have to stay focused. This life is for you. Worry about what's already in your pockets to see if they are talking to you. So when you see me offer t-shirt business classes, unless you've been praying, Lord, I really want to get into the t-shirt business, that opportunity is not for you. If you are a person that's saying, listen here, God, I got $100, but I want to start a business. Listen, it's going to take a lot to stay in business. You heard me, not get in business. It's the same as a marriage. It's nothing to get married. It takes everything to stay married. It's the same way. It's nothing to stand up there and say, Lord, I do. It takes everything to stay committed to what you said you were going to commit to in the beginning. It takes more to keep it up than it is to start it. It takes even the more, right? So I had to come on today because, honey, I've been in by people. I want the opportunity. Listen, if you're not prepared for that opportunity, don't waste your time. It's not for you. But if you've been praying for it and the opportunity comes in front of you, do not get in your own way by doing all this extra, because we have to realize a lot of stuff has been learned that needs to be unlearned. Isolation plus installation is impartation. I agree on that. Listen, you got it, but you must be willing to go through those seasons of every last one of them, because God can't, like, it can't be any installation. It's just like the walls, unless he is creating barriers, and you can't be like bucking the system when that time comes, right? And bringing in people when that's the season where you must go through the loneliness. See, when you are willing, I told you I've lost it all 3 times. So the most of the stuff that a lot of people are scared and holding on to crumbs about, listen, I was down to the nothing 3 times. That's why I get to get whatever I want now, because I'm not scared to take the risk. Scared money doesn't make money. It takes money to make money. Don't expect to get that in which you're not willing to give. When you understand that what leaves your hand never leaves your life, it will free you all the way up. Because the point is, you must be willing to do the work. If somebody has to convince you to do something that's for you, you're not going to see it all the way through. It's so simple. I'm meeting too many people that opportunities are coming right in their face, and they literally talking themselves out of it because they don't understand that they're chemically, they have been designed to always think that something is coming to scam them, something is coming to take their money. But don't you know, honey, if they had to pay for it, you got to pay for it. Nothing is free in this life unless the person was assigned to you, and not everybody is everybody's assignment. Just like when I meet individuals and I'm like, no, when you meet entrepreneurs, they're in business to make money. They're not in business to be a nonprofit. That's why they create nonprofits. That's why I created the nonprofit side for those that cannot afford some of the coaching that I do for another sector. But they will pay for that for those individuals. But if you're not assigned to those particular areas, don't get in the way. It's so simple. God has either showed you, told you, and prepared you, or he has not. It's so simple. If we apply this to our lives, to relationships, do you have what it takes? Is that something that you have prayed for? Is that something that you have prepared for? You know how they tell you to prepare for the things that you have been praying for? I remember when I wanted a luxury car, right? So I remember when I had my blue, my blue Infinity, right? So I remember how I looked at it, and I looked in the inside of my car. Let me tell you how to see if you're ready for what you've been praying for. I remember telling myself, I want a luxury car. And if I don't learn how to take care of what I currently have to the capacity of what I know I am to get, it's not going to be in alignment. And I remember starting to really wash my car on a weekly regimen. I started to prepare my life and make all things cleanly, because I wanted to really prepare for the things in which I knew was of nice quality. I just didn't want to treat the things any kind of way anymore. I needed to value what God had already given me, so that can open way for what I knew that I wanted to come into my life. So then when he blessed me with the car that was $100,000, I was already accustomed to taking care of things. It's so simple. Just like with this mansion that I'm getting. Listen, I've already prepared myself to know how to take care of that level of home in which I know that I am to get, right? That's already mine. It's just a matter of time, because when the opportunity comes, I already got the credit, I already got the money, I already got the credentials, everything's lined up, the paperwork's already in the folder. I'm literally just waiting on the right opportunity. That's when you know you're in alignment, when you've literally prepared for what God has told you is already to be yours, right? We're not in business for you to like us. We're in business to make a profit. I'm not in business to break even. I'm not in business to be able to just be able to give sales all the time. I am in business to make a profit. So when I meet people that are not in alignment with that mindset, they're not my customers anyways, because I'm going to have to do too much for them to see the value in what I offer. It's so simple. We must figure out who are our people. It's so simple. And a lot of times we're thinking people that need convincing, the same way with a relationship. If you have to convince a man that you are valuable as a woman, he's not the one. If you have to convince a friend that you are good for their life, they're not the friend. If you have to convince a woman that you're a good man, she's not the one. It's so simple. Either they are in alignment, prepared, and acknowledging it soon as, because when God blesses us, we don't sit there when we see the blessing and say, oh Lord, is that you? What's the first thing when you see a blessing after you've been praying for? You like, thank you, Jesus, right away. Right away, you're like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. That's how you need to feel in your spirit. When it's something that God has placed on you and he's prepared you for, you're going to come in alignment with it. It is not, oh, should I do that? Is that too much? Is that? No. That is it. You're either in alignment, you either are in the area of your direct niche audience, the people that you are assigned to, the people that you add value to, the people that you impact. You're either in their area, in their lane, in that atmosphere. You're either energetic wise in alignment with higher thinking, multiplication, abundance. You have that energy. That's why I can go anywhere and they will not forget me. Because I know why I'm there. It's simple. Let's start living intentional. Let's start getting out of our own ways, because opportunities are not waiting for you to get 5 or 6 confirmations. It's gone. It's gone. It's only for those that are prepared for it, know what to do with it, are willing to sacrifice for it, are willing to see it all the way through, it is some work that has to be done on this earth. And if you have to be convinced that that's you, you're not going to see it through. Keep your money. Please keep the money. Please keep it. I tell people, don't even buy it. When they go on the health and wellness website and they're like, what's all in the products? But you just ate Popeyes. What are you talking about? You just ate Popeyes without blinking, but you want to ask me 15 million questions about something that's going to help your health. What is in it? No, you already starting off wrong. You either been praying that you want to be able to move better. You don't want to be shaking and walking all slow. When you get older, you want to start taking care of your health. You either see the ones in your family that are going out the same way and saying, that's not me. I need to do what I need to do to take care of my vessel. You either are in alignment to take care of your vessel or you're not. And you're going to keep on eating the Popeyes, and you're going to keep on saying, I don't know why my joints hurt, and I don't know why my knees hurt, and I don't know why my head hurt, and I don't know why I feel uncomfortable. That will continue to be the story because you're not ready to see it through. It's simple. So once again, because I had to come on today because I was talking to my mother, and it's so many beautiful opportunities that's taking place that I'm so grateful to be able to embark on. And I decided in this season that I want to help other people that don't have the startup money. If you don't have the $10,000 to $20,000 to do the startups on a lot of things, listen, I'm saying, listen here, this is just a great way to start. I've done all the work. Here you go. If you pray for this or that, listen, if I have already done it, I'm offering it right here to you. Or you can Google your way through it, you can YouTube your way through it, or you can experience it. You can do a couple more years, running around in the wilderness. You can do that. But I'm offering you a quicker, easier, efficient way that already works. We don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. When people brought the stock market to me, they didn't have to convince me that I need to be investing in the stock market. The stats are there. They didn't have to convince me that I need to get into the health and wellness business. The stats are there. The proof is there. I want to live my best life because I know what it is to see somebody be willing to give all their money to stay alive. And once your health is gone, it's gone. Once you work your body down, it's over. It's gone. That's it. If you don't prepare and take care and be intentional, it's side effects to it. It's so simple. So I came on here today to say this simple thing about the $500. Take the same way with opportunities moving forward when you see them, because it's going to be a lot. It's no lack of opportunities. Not just invest with me, for anybody. Because remember, I don't work with people. I stopped that in the hair industry. I don't do everybody's hair. I stopped that from when I was doing, I had 2 assistants and working all day long. Listen, I started making more money, but started getting so many of the wrong type of clients, because every dollar is not a good dollar. You have to realize some stuff is just not worth the headache. Trust me. If it's not a grateful client, I don't want to share my gift with somebody that is literally not seeing the value in me really caring and giving all that I have. That's what's personal to me. I do this out of love. It's plenty of things I can do for money. And trust me, when I was doing hair full-time, I knew the whole time I can make way more money doing a whole lot of other stuff. That's why people say, well, how are you doing all that? Listen, honey, I left corporate America at 20-something years old, having the expertise to do a whole lot of things. So when I went into the hair business, it was not just with hair. I was very strategic on why I did what I did. Listen, I understand that everyone doesn't know business, and I understand that everyone is not going to invest in understanding how business is done. And they'll be the ones that are trying to figure out, why are people making way more moves and making way more doing less, and I'm working so hard year after year after year after year. I'm working so hard and I'm not getting nowhere near what, because they were willing to invest. They were willing to say, listen here, I don't know everything. Let me invest in some knowledge that I don't have. They were willing to say it. Hey, it's nothing wrong with figuring it out. It's all up to if you have the time to waste, if you have the time to gauge. And even once you get the information, you still have to implement and do the work. Doing the work is the hardest part, not just the idea. Everyone has ideas. Oh, I want to do this, but what have you done? How many years are we going to be in the wilderness? We read in the Bible, but we're not implementing. We don't have to be in the wilderness for 40 years talking about what we want to do with the same stuff. It's just not that way. When God is telling us your time is precious, the time that you have on this earth is precious. Please live intentional. Please be grateful for the breath that I'm giving you. Please be grateful for the peace of mind that I'm giving you. Please be grateful for that momentum that I gave you the other week. Keep that up. That is powerful. And that is not to be taken for granted. Please don't take it for granted. When God gives you an avenue and a way out and a way of escape, please get out of poverty. Please get out of poverty, because it's not just for you. Your kids need to see you follow something through from start to finish. Your kids need to see you do what you said you were going to do. Your kids, the next generation, needs to witness you being able to execute, because they're going to repeat those same habits. When they see people not following through, adults giving their word and not doing what they're going to stop believing early. And our next generation needs to see us being the miraculous believers that God said that we are. We are in our own ways a lot of the times. And I'm not telling you because it's you. I was there when I had to double question everything and cross-examine because I didn't trust anybody. I was there. But I also understand the time that I lost. I also understand that some of the people were not in my life to take my money. They were actually trying to bless me. But one thing we do understand, people that pay attention. When you pay, I guarantee you pay attention. That's my motto. I've taken so many classes, and when I pay all the free downloads, you barely look at that stuff. But when you paid your money, I guarantee you do it. I guarantee you implement it. See, paying is just a certificate that allows you to feel accountable for what you said. When you pay for it, you're now having a level of accountability for what you just signed up for. See, when you don't pay for anything, I used to give so much information to so many people, breaking it down, tearing myself down, let them pick your brain, and they do nothing with it. Nothing with it. But one thing that spared me and the Lord gave me grace is that's not my business. I plant the seed. That's what he led me to do, is plant the seed, and he'll water it. That freed me from that area of my life. Another area that has freed me, I'm talking some good stuff, because some people are literally, listen, another thing that freed me is nobody can take what God has for me. You know, we're like all running around here like, oh my goodness, you know, I'm not going to say this. Listen, they can't do nothing with it. Even if they try to duplicate it, they're not you. When you are assigned to do that, only you can do it the way that he's accustomed you to do it and designed you to do it. I don't care if they do the same thing. If they're going to wear it different, do it different, it's not going to be you. So don't even stress anymore if you think somebody's trying to take something from you. They can't take it from you because it was only for you to do. You see these fingerprints right here? These fingerprints are only to Nekia Foxx. Nobody has this set of fingerprints. My journey is only for Nekia Foxx. Nobody can do my journey better than I can do my journey. This level of who I am in reference to internally, nobody could have gone through what I've gone through to be able to get what I've gotten. The deliverance was only for Nekia Foxx in that area. That saves you a whole lot of stress from thinking people go take what you get. Listen, don't worry about them people. If them people go over here and think they can even duplicate it, it's not going to work out. They can start at the same time. It won't last. That's why nobody should be focusing on nobody's anything other than what did he tell you to do? What is he preparing you to do? What has he literally assigned you to do? That's all we need to be worried about. Do you have the $500, or they're not talking to you? So it's the same as being in church. If you heard them say it's 3 people that has $500 that God wants to bless in a major way, if you had to go out and find, like, do all this stuff, no. The woman that gave her last knew that that was her last and knew that he was talking to her to give her last in the Bible. That is either it's in alignment or it's not. If you have to go broke to do what God told you to do, God ain't tell you to do that. He ain't tell you to do that. He's not going to tell you to do something that's going to change in a negative way the quality of your life. That God didn't tell you that. I meet people that you'll say, listen here, you need to work on your credit. Spend $300 to work on your credit. I know I'm working on it. I know you right. You right. I know I need to work on my credit. So you say you don't have no money. Everything to make money requires money. And you still sitting up here talking about, I know you right. I know I need to work on my credit. I know I need to. But you'll eat $300 worth of food. But you won't invest $300 in your credit to help your life get better in every area of your life so that you can access 300 times 100. But I know I need to work on my credit. I know I need to stop selling out the trunk. I know I need to register my business. I know I need to stop walking around here with a fictitious name and not an actual LLC. I know I need to pay the money to actually get, good marketing tools. I know I need to post every day. I know I need to do that. I know I need to get online. I know I need to take my account off private. They tell you all this stuff that they know they need to do, but result back to the very thing that's going to keep them where they at. I said, if you keep on talking about you got to get this for Christmas, we need to do that Christmas spirit. Every Christmas, everybody get a level of, make it happen spirit comes over them. They get a make it happen spirit. Like, they like, oh, I know how to save when Christmas comes because I got to get these gifts for these kids. I know how to sacrifice when Christmas comes because I got to do this. See, if you have that same type of energy all year round, you won't have to be acting like that just when Christmas comes. You already have it. If we take that same make it happen energy that we pull out to buy some kids some gifts every year, you won't have to repeat that this year at Christmas time. You already have the money. If we take that same level of discipline, we take that same level of, I know I need to do this and I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to work extra. I'm going to sacrifice. If we take that same for some gifts that they go tell, we won't have to do that again another Christmas. You already have everything you need by the next Christmas. So we need to stop repeating the same cycle that's keeping us stuck in the same place every single year. I know you right. You talking right. I know, girl. No, I'm telling you from sheer experience. That's why I said this. The rest of the year is receipts year for me, honey. Listen, I've drained myself in so many ways till I look at people and I'm like, you have so much potential. You have so much potential. You can do so much more in your life. You listen, do you see what's taking place on this earth? If you don't get yourself together, you are going to be at the bottom of the totem pole, and they're going to run you all up and through there. You're going to be working 5 positions, getting paid for one. You're going to be around here when your body going to be tired. Listen, wake up. If you don't set yourself up, it's going to determine if you're able to enjoy retirement. If you're around here and you got a whole bunch of friends that's just wasting time and doing the same thing that's not leading to something in the future, you're going to pay a really tough cost for making a lot of those decisions and not doing in the time frame, in the time span that your body can even make it happen on that level. I'm meeting people, they're like, oh my goodness, I know. Do you think you're going to stay young forever? Do you think that you're going to have the ability to work like that forever? Do you think you're going to have the capacity to actually be exercising like that forever? Like, you need to get on it. Like, I'm talking to myself. That's what I tell myself, Nekia. If you don't want to be walking around here one of these people that's limping and barely able to get up at 60-some years old, if you don't get yourself in the gym and get active, you're going to be around here with a lot of issues. Nekia, if you don't focus right now, because God only releases when it's under pressure, you cannot get out the fire. You must go in, and this is when he alters, and this is when he transforms, when you're in the midst of the darkness. He don't do it when you come out to the light. He does it in the pressure season. He does it when the diamonds are getting crushed. He does it when the oil is getting crushed. He does it in the process. So if you're waiting for it to stop for you to start, you've missed it. If you're waiting for it to start, or to stop for you to start, you've missed the moment. God does everything under the pressure, under the final hour. He needs you to believe and be transforming under pressure. God comes in. That's why we hear all that, oh, in the final hour, he comes in. He comes and see your way through. But if you keep getting out because it's feeling hard and you keep giving up right when he about to bless you, you will be at that same point every single time. I come here to say, listen here, please get prepared for the blessings that you say you want. Please go through your season of sacrifice. Please endure, because this is the hour. The revival is about to hit the land. Why do you think all of this loss is happening for so many, this moving and stirring? The revival is about to hit the land in a major way because it's needed. God needs recipients of his glory. We cannot help save the kingdom if we don't have no money. How we gonna help the kingdom and we broke? We living check to check. How you gonna help the kingdom? You gonna be there with a handout. How are we going to help? The Bible says the kingdom will build the kingdom. How? I want to be a kingdom giver, a kingdom blessed. Like, I look forward to blessing people with thousands of dollars. That's my prayer. Lord, can you give me more and more so I can be able to give more and more? Lord, can you allow me access? Can you show me what I am to do? Can you make me a good steward of what you like that's the stuff I pray for. I pray for, can you give me more so I can give more? Because God always blesses the giver. It's always good to be a giver than a receiver any day. While those thinking they getting over and being a receiver, you're actually the one getting blessed. It's a blessing to be the one doing the blessing. It's a blessing. It's a gift to be a giver. He tells us that in the Bible. But I wanted to come on today to say something simple. So when you see any opportunities come on my page, please save yourself the time. Either you've been praying for it and you are prepared to invest in it, or that is not for you. In your route and whatever God has for you is definitely in alignment and coming. That just might not be it. It's so simple. And for those that want to, when I meet everybody, it's not my coaching client. If you are not convinced by yourself that you're ready for your journey, that's not my role. I'm here to assist and support you on your journey. I'm not here to walk this thing out for you. You have to do that. So that's the part that I wanted to come on today. Listen, you either got the $500 in your pocket or you don't. You've either been praying for it or it's not, they're not talking to you. So save, everyone needs to stay, it's alignment doesn't take that type of effort. If you have to sell your soul to literally be a participant, that's not what you need to be a part of. It's simple. If I can't enjoy it, why am I doing it? That makes no sense. I have one amazing life to live. I've lived this in everything that I do. One amazing life to live. If it is taken away from my quality of experience, I don't want it. It doesn't matter whatever it is, because every dollar is not a good dollar. Take this from a person that has been self-employed for over 15 years, that have been living off of nobody but the Lord blessing every day. Nothing but the Lord making a way out of no way. Nothing but the Lord. So yes, my faith, I don't have a guaranteed check. If I don't work, I don't get paid. So yeah, my energy has to be this way. My ethics and my belief in the unknown has to be this way, because if I don't work, I don't get paid. If I don't believe that God's gonna do it and bring something out of nothing, I will not, I can't eat. So my level of passion is real, because I know what it feels like, but I also know that it's beautiful and worth it. Listen, when you've created multiple streams of income and you have built them from the ground up, and when you understood the sacrifice process, this thing gets easier. When you are willing to do the work and put your head down and get into it and learn your lessons and be willing to invest in the things that I don't know, it gets to a point that I've taken myself far as I can take myself in certain areas. I have not made $1 million yet in one transaction. So I need to get coached by people that are making millions in one transaction. What systems do I need to have in place? What structure? Look at my business. Tell me where I am right now. Tell me what I need to do. Tell me what I'm lacking. Tell me what software I need to invest in, because wealth is created by systems. If you must be there to make your money, you have already set yourself up on the wrong path. So we must start taking ourselves out of being what is not. Having a business means that you have things in place to be able to operate on a continuous basis without you being present. That takes a while to do, but it's so worth it once it's built. Trust me. When I was getting multiple degrees and people were like, well, how are you doing this and doing that? Because I was setting up my foundation for things that I did not see. I was setting up certifications and getting all of these things in alignment for things that had not come yet. So now in this hour, it's nothing but let's send this link, let's send that link, let's send these credentials. We waiting on that, because I went through 10 years of literally setting myself up to be overqualified and underqualified. Overqualified and underqualified, learning from others that had already grown multi-million-dollar businesses before me, and being willing to say, listen here, I don't know you, and I know and I value your time. Please tell me, how much would it cost for you to coach or help me? Please tell me how much would, because I respect your expertise and your experience, because I understand that I'm not just paying for the dollar amount that you're saying. I'm paying for all of your encounters and your experiences that I know you've lost that, and you're going to allow me to go over and supersede a lot of things that I would have had to go from the nitty gritty and guess and wonder and try it out and waste a whole lot of money. Just like, when I got another company that I just started. You guys will find out about that later. And when I tell you, going into another industry that you know nothing about, I had to get coaches. And they're not any of the businesses that you see on Facebook. I had to get coaches. I had to pay them. Listen here, how much is the first offer that I need to buy? How much credit do I need to have? I need to know how much capital, what type of lines of credit do I need to have in place? How much money needs to be sitting in this account? How much needs to be sitting in that account? Those are the conversations that I'm paying them, because I value that they already know how it works and that I do not, to get in that lane. I value that they've already gone through a lot of no's in that area to be able to allow me to get a yes. I'll pay for that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't go in saying, oh, well, maybe, I don't know. Listen, if you go into it with that type of energy, you're going to come out with an even worse energy. If you go into it with a pessimistic mindset, thinking it's going to fail, thinking somebody go jip you, thinking somebody, that energy produces those type of outcomes. If you go into something saying, listen here, I'm focusing more so on how this is going to work than how this is not going to work, I'm going to put my energy in making it happen. I'm not going to waste my energy on what could go wrong. I'm going to focus on everything that's going to go right from this. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Listen, I told my client, listen, the Lord just blessed me in a mighty way on what day was that? Tuesday. Turned a straight denial into a straight up approval. Nobody but God. It was not me, it was God. In a matter of 2 hours, God had them contact me back and say, Ms. Fox, we'll approve you right now if you can just send over X, Y, and Z. Oh, Lord. Not this. I just got an email that said it said denial, and the Lord will literally set it up. Listen, call me. If you do X, Y, and Z, I got you. Right now, I'll do it right now. If you can do that, I can do it right now. And that's what's called being prepared. Because guess what? Oh, no problem. Soon as I get off this, I'm going to send that right. Done. Because I had been prepared for it. I was ready for it. I had the documents already ready for it. I literally was in alignment for it. I went on faith to do it. That's how we need to operate. What are you already prepared for? When you go buy a house, for those that are in this season, investment season in the housing market is about to be beautiful. Listen. But you don't need to be going looking for all your documents when it's time to send them over. You need to already be preparing for that. Meaning, get your envelopes together now. See what scores you need. See what type of loans that you qualify for. See which one is the best ones. How do you need to structure your loan? See what do you need to get your renovations included. See what you need in advance. So when he blesses you what you've been praying for, you don't have to be running all over the place. You're ready for it to maximize it right away. Because in this season, it's only for those that are prepared. When these opportunities come, they need you ready right then. Can you send it over right now? Not, I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. No, that means I'm not prepared for that. So you guys, I wanted to come on today because I want to tell you that this is your season. If you are overthinking a lot of things, get out of your own way. The Lord wants to bless you like never before. Start believing like never before. Start aligning yourself up with what you know you deserve. Start literally asking for the unbelievable, the unthinkable. Try God. Ask him for what you know your bank account can't do, but that your efforts have already aligned you for. Ask God to direct your path. Ask God to give you divine connections. Ask him, Lord, to literally show me the discernment that's needed for the level of the journey that you're taking me to. Lord, ask God for that. Ask God to give you discernment. Ask God to give you wisdom. Ask God to give you discipline. Start praying for that stuff because it's needed. It's needed to see it all the way through. So I hope I was able to help somebody. Let's just go back to church. When they have that line and say, it's 3 people in here got $500. If you don't have the $500, they're not talking to you. So let's keep that in mind moving forward. Let's keep that same simplicity moving forward because clarity is clarifying. It will help you out. We don't have to overthink this thing. You know, we got so many people trying to get, you don't need a hookup. If you get a hookup, you don't know how to get back there. It's a lot of people suffering right now because they got hookups and now those people are gone and now they done lost their job and they can't get hooked up to get that position again. Don't set yourself up for that. Put in the work so you know you can do the job. Put in the work so you know you're qualified for whatever you go after. Put in the work the right way. It might take a little longer, but trust me, it's worth it. The fast way is not always the best way. It's about longevity. Longevity. The Bible tells us it's not about the one that finished swiftly. It's about the one that endured to the end. Are you going to be a candidate, a soldier that endured to the very end? That's what I want to be. I want to be a warrior that endures to the very end of everything that the Lord has set for me to accomplish on this earth while I'm on this earth, that I am supposed to see forward all the way through. I want to be a candidate to literally be transformed because it never ends. Nobody ever arrives anywhere. Nobody gets to a point and they're like, oh, I've arrived. No. You are human. It's lessons forever to be learned. What goes up can come down. Nothing is I've arrived. Nothing is in that nature. You will psych and mess your own stuff up. You must stay humble. You must use discernment. You must have wisdom. And you must learn how to work smart, and not hard is not always the way. We're seeing that does not work for a lot. That you will burn yourself out and not even enjoy your money. What's the point of having the money and you can't enjoy your money? What's the point in having it when you can't embrace and enjoy the experience of having it? God has allowed us to all live heaven as it is on earth. Like he's allowed us to pull down heaven on earth. He's allowed us to be able to transform into levels and levels and levels, endless levels of capacity growing internally. The Lord has placed in each and every one of us some great things to be done on this earth. Please do me a favor and please do me a favor and start. Please do me a favor. This is not the year that you want to miss out on the divine timing that God is doing. This is the year that you want to say, I saw it all the way through. It was real, but it was real good. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Listen, it's nothing like when you work hard for something and you are able to live within the fruits of what you've accomplished. Listen, the Lord is ready to bless your mind like never before. I'm trying to tell you, the level of wealth that's being transferred down, it's major. It's not just for you and for your monthly bills. You won't have to worry about no monthly bills. You won't have to worry about convincing people to do nothing. You won't have to do none of that. The Lord is going to literally have people calling you, blessing you. It's just like credit. The more money you get, the more they give you. It's the same way. The higher your score, the more they offer you. The more opportunities come, the more continue to come your way, because you're in that element. So if I could have said anything today, I hope I was able to give the lesson that I wanted to give about those $500. So all of the opportunities that you ever might see come on my page, you either are in alignment for it or you're not. And please don't convince yourself of anything to do with my business that you are not passionate about. Keep your money. Please keep your money. Please keep your money. Please keep it for the one that's actually for you. Please. I'm telling you, because all money ain't good money. When people are not in alignment, it takes more stress, it takes more aggravation, it takes more frustration, it takes more misunderstandings. It takes a whole lot of things that are going to take place when you're forcing things out of alignment. Let's start getting into the groove, and that's what I started working on a couple years ago, is aligning myself with individuals that I was in alignment with, because I had been around individuals for a very long time that we were no longer vibrating on the same frequency, and it was starting to be too difficult to even be around. Have you ever been like that? You know how you'll be around some people and it takes so much for you to even be around them? It takes blessings, sister, blessings, Queen Adrian, blessings. It takes so much for you to be around them. It takes so much energy for you to even just coexist in the same space. It's because you all are no longer, you're not in alignment. I remember having a friend once and me getting to the point that I was like, you know what, something has changed. Nothing has happened bad, but we're just not in alignment. You know how you can leave a person, or somebody can call you, and when you finish the phone, you feel so drained. You feel so drained. That means you're no longer in alignment. It's taking so much. You're pouring out so much just to be in company with that person. And some people, I had to realize, when did I meet this person? I met them years ago when I was severely depressed. I had to get to the root of, when did I meet? Like sometimes we have to assess some of our connections, and we're thinking we're being loyal. You being loyal to misery. When did I meet that person? What area of my life was it in? Because everybody doesn't move at the same rate or change. We all have lessons. I had to realize, hello, Queen from on the other side of the country, Miss Lewis. Blessings. When did I meet that person? And I went back and I said, I met that person when I was severely depressed. And that's why every time I talk to them, I get heavy because they are still there. And they don't want to leave. They want to stay miserable. You know how you can be, you're trying to uplift somebody. They pulling on you. It's taking a lot to be able to try to shift the atmosphere. It's taking a lot to keep this thing just neutral. See, doing hair taught me that, right? See, I told you it was more than just hair. Hair taught me how atmospheres and energies and touching on the vessels. Hair taught me more. It was more than just doing hair. 20 years of doing hair has been my ministry. It taught me for this next season of my life. That's why you never look down on any phase of your life. You never think that any phase of your life was not needed. I don't care what job you at. Never think that you don't need that. You're there for a reason. Please get what you need to learn out of that. I could have never learned people the way I've learned individuals if it wasn't for the hair industry. I could have never built relationships the way I've been able to build relationships if it wasn't for the hair industry. I could have never learned the dynamics of personalities if it wasn't for the training being a hairstylist. So I thank God for that phase of my life. It has blessed me tremendously. It has prepared me to walk in doors that I've never seen open before by maxing out that particular area and season of my life, because everything we do is not forever. It's a continuation on the process. It's somebody you're supposed to meet at that office, somebody you're supposed to meet at that job, somebody you're supposed to meet for a future contract, a future this, a future that. You're there for a reason. Please get what you need to get out of your current job or your current situation. Nothing. It's just a means to your end. It's just getting you through and getting you lessons in preparation for your next. So don't look down on any timing and season or job. I don't care what job it is. It is something there that you need. It is showing up on your page in your life to add value for a reason. Please get it. But I had to look back on that person and I said, listen here, I know exactly, and nothing happened. But I knew that separation had to take place because it was when I was severely depressed. It's when I first encountered and the person is sweet. They've done nothing wrong. But the energy was it's taking too much to even deal with them on a daily basis. It's taking too much to even connect because their mindset is still some people want to stay miserable. Some people go see the bad in everything you say. Some people don't want to see the good. Some people want to find an excuse in everything. Some people want to be there. They want to live in that. And that's okay. Just don't let them suck you up in living in that, because you have exited out. You know the promised land exists. You know that peace exists that surpasses all understanding. Once you experience the peace of God that surpasses understanding, the enemy, you will never allow anybody to take you back there. Once you know what peace feels like, you won't even give your energy to situations that come up. You be like, it ain't even worth that. It takes too long for me to get back calmed down, for me to even entertain that conversation. I'm not getting into that. Like when you experience the peace of God, you're not going back there. You're not going to let anybody take you out. Like, they're not taking you back to that place. It no longer serves you. You know that the wilderness was only a voluntary place. The wilderness is not where you have to stay. The wilderness out there not knowing what I'm going to do next. No, you have to put your big girls or your big boy undies on, and you have to man or woman up in your path, and you have to face all the things that you've been running from, and you have to know that God is going to bring you out of it stronger than ever. You got to say, Lord, I don't know how you go do it, but if you surrender, if you put your hands and stretch your hands out and you surrender, that's all he wants you to do. If you surrender to God and say, Lord Jesus, Lord, you can have it. I am out of it. I don't want it. Whatever you have for me is, I want what you have for me. When you get to that point, life gets it gets a whole lot simpler. It gets so much better. But the point of this, because I got to go in this place, the point of this was to just say, the $5 lesson that I had to tell a lady when she asked me about a wig, and I told her, listen here, mine start at $750, and she had never been exposed to that quality of hair. And I understand that everybody, I've been dealing with $1,000 extensions since 2006 and 7. That's before people even started knowing about bundled hair. They didn't know nothing. I don't know what they got going on right now. That ain't even half of that ain't even no hair. I don't know what that is. But when I meet people that they're like, oh, that's too high, I can tell you don't know quality. Because if you know quality, you've been used to quality for a very long time. And you know that quality and cheap don't go together. So when I meet people that they want quality and cheap to be together, I know for sure. When they want quality and cheap to be friends, I know for sure they're not used to quality. And I know for sure that that's probably 9 out of 10 times not going to be my type of people. When I go places, it's just like going on a trip. You are leaving the country to go on a trip to eat at Burger King? No. Why even go on a trip? You know, I meet people they leave the country to go eat at some place that they they'll work hard to go on vacation to eat at a place that they can eat at where they at. That makes no sense. If you're gonna do it, do it. But anyways, I hope that I was able to say something to be able to help somebody today. So we got to get this good mask on, everybody. And remember, for those that need masks, listen, we got them on the website at NekiaFoxx.com. This is not a bling. You know, my favorite one. I have a favorite one. But I hope I was able to help somebody today. Because I know somebody needed it. I know somebody is over there overthinking something. I know they over there like, I need to fast and pray about something that God's saying. It's right there. You about to miss out on the timing because it's right there. I know somebody on here got opportunities coming their way and they're like, oh my goodness, you know, you're doing too much. You're just doing too much for no reason. If God said, this is my favorite. This mask is my all-time favorite. This one, I love it because I can wear it with anything. Yeah, but you all, I love you. I know you're going to do amazing things. I'm trying to do everything with one hand and talk. I know you're going to do amazing things on this earth. I know that God is going to continue to bless you. Yeah, this is my favorite one. This is the favorite one. Isn't this nice? I call it my everyday. I went to an office the other day and they were like, where did you get that mask? I was like, I actually make them. I said I actually make them. I like being a producer of things that I frequently have to purchase. But anyways, if you guys have learned or heard anything that you know somebody that is overthinking one of the best seasons of their life, please share this video to them. If you know that God has set them up for some amazing things, please send this video up to them. Please, because I've said some nuggets that I know can be able to be shared with so many different levels. Please, this is not the season to overthink what God has already told you last season that he's going to do in your life. This is not the time. God bless you. Have an amazing day.